Hello everybody and welcome to the Bastion. How are you guys doing today? We are able to start Eden streaks properly because look at that. Oh, we got all the cards cleared. All of them done. We don't have 1001% yet, you'll see here, because there's still a few items. You'll see a couple of question mark little parts around here. Like this guy. Don't know what that item is, but we haven't picked it up yet. So that's why we don't have 1001%. But we don't have to worry about any unlocks until Afterbirth Plus, which means Eden streaking time. I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited about that. I'm also excited because I just got a new controller here. So happy to finally have a new controller. I know I've been complaining about that on some of my recent runs. So happy to have a good one, a good new one. It's not wired either, which means my cat won't eat it. Our seed is T4C1KC2B. Alright, we've got a little wiggle worm action. We've got a little bomb buddy. And not a lot of health. Not a lot of health at all. That makes me really nervous right out the gate that we don't have any health. Ooh, that actually throws me off track for my commentary, which as we all know is usually pretty stellar. Pretty stellar, feller. Let's drop this guy right here. Oh, yes! Free curse room. And a skeleton key. Okay. Okay, we're gonna have to do some maneuvering here to see if we can get that curse room and that skeleton key. That is our new goal for the run, to get both of those things. Yes, a bomb. Perfect. Getting that marked rock that was down there in that last room, also really good because we don't have any red hearts. Don't have any red hearts. So let's talk about incremental games. That's what I've been playing a lot of lately. Abandoning my Binding of Isaac for stupid games like Cookie Clicker. Have you guys ever played Cookie Clicker? It's not fair to call it a stupid game. It was a really big part of a lot of things for me. Okay, we got one red heart now thanks to 9 lives. And that 9 lives actually makes me feel a lot better. We got a battery, so we can come in here, get this guy. 99 keys right at the beginning of the run. Okay, we can relax a little bit. Let's grab this guy for the Soli Oli Oli. And then let's grab this guy for another Soli Oli Oli. Hopefully Oli Oli. Hopefully Oli Oli. That didn't work very well. But incremental games are games like Cookie Clicker that I recently have kind of gotten back into. It's not so much that I've gotten back into Cookie Clicker and that I inadvertently got my girlfriend, Rothrook, who some of you might know from my streams, into Cookie Clicker because she'd never played it before. And I was talking about it. I was like, this game, Cookie Clicker, blerpty blerp, I think it was cool because these reasons, and it'd be cool to make a game like it, and I don't think it'd be terribly complex. The difficulty would be coming up with like a cool idea or something like that. And she was like, what is Cookie Clicker? So we had to rectify that, but now she told me today, she's like, I don't want this to be like Pokemon Go. I don't want to waste that much time on a game that's not very good. Don't let me become addicted to this game. But at the same time, like, she's really stressed out about a lot of things. So I'm like, you know, maybe it's okay that you have a little bit of an outlet, even if it's not the best game in the world. Admittedly, it's okay to play it and enjoy it. And I'm not going to judge you. I don't think that any of my viewers will judge either. Because you guys are cool people who don't judge based on whether or not you play Cookie Clicker. But she's now been introduced to that cultural phenomena from 5 years ago. At least I think it was a cultural phenomenon. I know a lot of people have heard of it and played it, but it might have been bigger in my friend group than it was in a lot of other friend groups. By the way, let's talk about the little blow up buddy that we got here. That makes it sound weird, but like the bomb buddy we got, he's really becoming an MVP. He's giving us some free bombs. Even though we don't have bombs, we're using them to get tinted rocks, hidden secret rooms, things like that. So that's really awesome. Glad to have him on board. We grab cancer, HP up, and we feel protected. Look at all those soul hearts, though. Those delicious, delicious soul hearts. So yeah. It's a fun game. There's lots of games like Cookie Clicker, and the genre in and of itself has really started to evolve in the past few years. I think we're just gonna go for the boss. It's pin. We don't really need to use the Empress card, but we're going to because, you know, why not? We're never gonna use it afterwards. Pentagram? Oh, look at all this. Look at all these goodies here. All right, we're gonna take Spirit of the Night because now we got Flight. I don't know about Mom Knife. We've had a lot of Mom Knife runs here at the Bastion, and they start to lose their charm pretty quickly. I think with Spectral Tears, actually, I'm gonna avoid the Mom Knife. Oh, we could have got that chest though. Maybe gotten some bombs. Whoopsie, whoopsie. But some of the other games, I played a lot of Clicker Heroes. I actually played more Clicker Heroes than I played Cookie Clicker, because I had a lot more fun, and the metagame for that's a lot more interesting. There's a lot of math that goes into strategizing and working with the community to figure out the best way to do things. It was a lot of fun for me. I really enjoyed that aspect. It's just not really existent in Cookie Clicker, just because Cookie Clicker is such a simplistic game, all things considered. There's our secret room. Perfect. Perfectly planned and perfectly executed. I'm trying to think of what other incremental games have come up that have been really cool. Adventure Capitalist is really big on Steam, although it used to be a lot bigger than it is now. What other games are there that are incremental and like well-known, enjoyable? I know a few of the niche games like Realm Grinder has gained a lot of popularity recently in that subgenre. What are you? PhD is okay, you know? I'm not gonna write home about it. I'm not gonna be like, oh mom, see this really cool pill I got, or item, pickup, thing, words. But I'm also not gonna like call it names or be rude to it. I mean, it's a solid item. What is this? BFFs. We don't have a lot of buddies right now, but BFF is pretty good. Does that affect my little bomb bro? I don't know. I don't think so. It wouldn't make sense for it to affect my bomb bro. Bomb bro. I'll leave that there. I accidentally dropped a regular bomb too. Just wanted to double check, you know. Sure, no. Alright. The thing about incremental games is it's so weird to me is that they're not complex. And they're not super visually interesting or anything like that. They're kind of boring, all things considered, and that's part of their charm. Like there's no risk, there's no wrong decisions to be made in an incremental game. There are better decisions, but no decision is going to like utterly screw you over. Oh, we paid for Flight and then they just gave us Empty Vessel? Just like that? Just like, here you go, have some Empty Vessel. I think we're just gonna jump down. We're a little bit ahead of time, so it might make sense to explore some. But yeah, I'm not that worried about it. Not that worried about it. We have a really good build here already. So I think we just go for it. Keep an eye out for any... I can't... Gotta hope that we get him done with his power pill. Yes! Oh, and the succubus! The succubus with BFF? Are you friggin' kidding me? Is it my birthday? Is it my birthday? Succubus is just gonna, like, troll around murdering everyone in the room, and BFF makes it even more powerful. I think the 6 rerolls everything. As tempting as that is, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Very happy with where the build is currently. Don't really wanna threaten it, you know? We already didn't pick up the Mom Knife, which is kind of zany. The Mom Knife doesn't have a lot going for it as far as like synergies and things like that, which is the weakest point for the Mom Knife, honestly. That was not the button I meant to press. Bam. Because Bomb Knife's just not an interesting item. There's not a lot you can do with it. Like, synergy-wise. I don't know why. Like, Holy Light, a lot of those things that you would think synergize with it and do cool things, just give it a straight damage boost. Like, Holy Light, you don't get the Holy Light shots like you do with regular tiers. You end up with just a damage up, which is kind of really, really sucky. Pop that there. Ooh, yeah, Magic Mush. All stats up. I'm super happy with that. First mushrooms we bomb, we get Magic Mush. Not gonna complain. Lazrags, a little bit of extra insurance, you could say, in case the run goes south. The Lazrags will bring us back to our former glory. Alright, what we got in here? I think I'm gonna grab the Soliolioli, because it's on sale. How are you not? Let's see what this pill is. We got PhD. Question. Oh, it was literally question. I was like, why can't I see what the pill is? I got PhD. How is that a neutral pill? That's very obviously a negative pill. Why did it let, like, PhD should have changed it into a better pill. That's really annoying. Oh well. Oh well. You win some, you lose some. Let's kill Gertie here real quick. Should be a pretty quick fight. I think he's the kind that only spawns followers. So it'll be especially quick. We'll let Succubus take care of all the followers, and we're good. Full soul heart. No Krampus fight. I'd actually be happy with either pickup from Krampus. Our active item is kind of mediocre, but Cole is always the better pickup. It's just always the better pickup. Look at that. Our tiers are getting nice and fat now. That means they're doing lots of damage. Always happy with that. Always happy with that. So back to incremental games. The thing about incremental games is that the complexity or the interest isn't in the actual game design like it is with a lot of games. Like, the game design, the core mechanic is kind of like really mediocre for incremental games. They're just kind of, you know, there. Nothing too exciting. Like, they're fun. The interesting part is how they do things differently, like what niche they fill in the genre. Both of those are strength. I guess we'll bring those with us, just for like a devil deal or something like that. This is the point in the run where we're looking for a teleport so that we can get boss rush, because we're way on time for boss rush. We're gonna hit. This is gonna be a really fast run, just because we got a lot of things really going for us. A couple of weird things like getting the flight twice thanks to Empty Vessel, just dropping off the boss like, hey, sup. It's always weird when I get a boss drop or a devil deal drop from the Fallen like that. Anyways, like I was saying, the interesting thing is how they change the formula and do things different, and how they handle the meta game, because every incremental game at some point is going to get to a meta point where you're prestiging. What's the best way to do, or to get to the end of the game so you can restart it for kind of a... Prestiging is basically new game plus plus. I mean, I'll take Zodiac. Let's do it. Zodiac's kind of weird. But, like, how are they going to handle the new game plus plus mechanics? What are they going to do that's different and keeps the game interesting and fresh? Okay. Now that they have that, how is the community going to figure out how to best use those new mechanics? And how to leverage them. How do you most efficiently get to the new game plus and start stacking up on basically the meta materials that make all of your runs better? What's the best, most efficient way to get to like the different stages in the game? Because there's very clearly different stages in an incremental game. You got your early game, you're just getting started. Some friend told you like, hey, there's this cookie clicker game. I think you might like it. You should check it out. So you're like, yeah, of course, I'll check it out. It seems like seems legit. Basically. That's your early game. You're just getting started, you're clicking on things, no idea strategy or even really what you're playing, but you're just having fun. And then you have your mid-game. You're like, okay, I've restarted the game using this prestige. I have a handle on the mechanics, how things work, some long-term vision and goals for it. Now what, right? And that's your mid-game. It's really just getting a handle on the best way to get to and from the prestige, get to and from the new games. And then you have your in-game. Your in-game is where you've done all the things. Like at this point, you've played for a while, you've got like stupid amounts of the prestige stuff in whatever form it takes in that game, and you're good to go. At that point, it's really about efficiency. What is the most efficient way to do these different things? And it's kind of like the mid game, but it's a little bit more nuanced, because at that point in the game, you're really discussing high-level strategy with everyone else, because cutting seconds off a run at that point can translate to a lot of game. A lot of game. So it's just kind of interesting. It has 3 separate stages. And I guess mid-game and late game can kind of blend into each other. But there's usually, depending on the game, there's more distinct differences than what I have laid out. But for Cookie Clicker, your intro to incremental games class, basically, that's kind of where the distinctions lie. So we'll be more able to win this run. Here up. I'm hilarious. You guys love me because I'm hilarious. Alright, we're gonna play this a little bit. I know I'm breaking my rule, no gambling in our YouTube videos, but we're so ahead of time, it's stupid. I'd love to get a card so we can do boss rush a little bit easier, because I don't want to fight through boss rush if I can help it. Blank room. Black candle would be so nice. Could we make black candle work? First, I want to see what this card is. The Lovers. That's terrible. Honestly, I don't think we are going to get black candle. Not going to happen. And that's okay. What? Burkano. I was hoping for a Perthrow on that Bob Brain. Alright, so this is the part where I'm kind of like, okay, what do we do? How do we get this card so that we can get out of boss rush and we don't have to fight it? We got a couple minutes, we can explore the last remaining rooms. Get a battery charge, I guess. I don't know. How are we gonna do this? Grab those soul hearts. We're full up on soul hearts now. Extra bomb. Dropped a card back there. I didn't see what it was. Not a card, but a rune. I'll take the Yara. I'll take the Hierophant. I'm just gonna pop the Hierophant. We don't need it. Something good. Oh my god. Why is everything awful? Definitely do want to bring the Yara with us to the chest. No question about that. If we can manage it. Cano. I'm just gonna pop that. Can open a Burkano whoop ass. Little greed fight. Surprised we didn't get him on the shop. But that might mean that black candle is a possibility. Oh, I accidentally picked up the Bob Brain. Oops. Whoopsie. Totally forgot about the Bob Brain. Definitely gonna keep the Yara. Let's just get the black candle. Really? Really? It's gonna penalize me and only give me 2 coins. Like, fine, you wanna blow me up? Blow this up. Okay, anyways, let's go. Let's go. A little bit disappointed. If there's a really good item in boss rush, I will be willing to do it. But basically, there's got to be a good reason to. Like that. What we got in here? Lord of the Pit. Hot Volcano here. Lord of the Pit does contribute to the Leviathan transformation. And it gives us some pretty slick looking wings. So I'm just going to grab it. Common Cold and Midas. I don't think either of those are worth it, guys. I don't think I want to waste my time, and I don't think I want to waste your time with that nonsense, basically. That's basically, I don't know. I like doing boss rush. I like having that as kind of a goal. But if we don't make it, it's not that big a deal. It's a really long kind of thing to do if you don't get a teleport out, so it's got to really be worth it at that point. Like, if there had been a third guppy item in there, I would have been like, yeah, sure, let's do it. Just do it. Alright. Boss room already. Good. Gonna plop the answers. Wow, the secret room's way the heck down there. We already got both of them almost dead. That was a very quick fight. I think we grab Super Bandage to use in the Devil Deal here. Cambion Conception might be alright. Gonna feed the Devil Beggar here. Just because we have the Polaroid, so it makes sense. Experimental treatment. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to say no. No way, Jose. Let's grab Cambion Conception and just get rid of that heart we just got, and let's go. Let's go. All right, we're in a good place for this run. I guess Isaac also has some pretty similar stages as far as like early game. You just bought the game, you're like, what is this? You're dying all the time, you're super excited if you can make it to the mom heart, or the mom fight even. And then you're mid-game, like you can consistently get to... Perthro might be nice. Might be nice to have with us. We'll keep that Perthro in mind for later, should we need it. But then you got the mid-game. You've got some mom kills under your belt, some mom heart kills, you're able to kind of consistently make it to the chest. Now you're just learning to not run into red poop, maybe, for once in your life. Bastion. But you're learning more of the meta strategies. What synergies to go for, what synergies to not go for, how to get particular items, what items you can expect in a run, what items you shouldn't expect in a run. And some of the nuances in there. I'm just gonna pop the Volcano. Whoa, whoa. I'll take the free soul heart. What do we got? Nothing. Nothing, not worth it. And then you got the end game, which is kind of what we're approaching here for our morning run series, is the end game. We've already got all of the unlocks now. We haven't picked all of them up, so we don't have all of the achievements, but we have most of the achievements. We're able to spot tinted rocks even in difficult levels like the womb. We're able to better plan and things like that. So dig as, just gonna pop that for the soul heart. So now it's like, what do you do? What do you do? Well, you got kind of two routes, and we've talked about the two routes you can go with a run previously, but basically you can either go into streaking, where you see how many wins you can get in a row in Isaac, and that requires a lot of skill, a lot of luck, some prayers to RNGesus, that sort of thing. Or you can go with speedrunning. Also takes a lot of skill, also takes a lot of luck, also takes prayers to RNGesus, of course. But it's different. It's both, though, both have the interesting trait of being about hedging your bets. We're gonna take the Laos. Kind of a lousy trinket, but we'll make it work. Okay, you can't just spawn under me. That's some grade A garbage. So we've obviously gone the streaking route because I find that more entertaining and more sustainable. But the Abaddon, does that give us Leviathan? Yeah, that gives us Leviathan. Bammo! So good. We're not gonna do Hush, cause screw that noise. Yeah. But both kinds are about kind of doing your best to control the RNG in the game. So for speedruns, you do that by doing constant restarts. The way you do a speedrun in Isaac is basically you sit there and hold the R button on your keyboard until you get a good item or in a treasure room, usually right next to where you spawn, and then you run with that. Obviously, the RNG dependence there is just the faster you can get a good item, the faster your run will be. But basically, they figured out that sitting there and waiting for a good item is faster than trying to make a run work with a terrible item. So that's one of the ways you hedge your bet, along with like knowing what exploits to use and when, how to guarantee a greed fight turns into a super greed fight so you don't lose any of your shops, things like that. And not to discount speedrunners, because that was a really terrible description of kind of how speedrunning goes. There's a lot of skill, and a lot of luck in the sense of finally we got some good pills, paying off with our PhD like 10 years later. Because there's timing involved as well. At what point do you say, okay, this item is good enough because we've been sitting here for like half an hour, we've already lost the speed run. This item will be good enough, we'll make it work. And you have to know when to call it off and just run with whatever is there, honestly. It's like, well, I guess we're doing a #1 run, that's good enough, we'll make it work. As opposed to just waiting all eternity for Tech X to show up every time. So that's how you bend the RNG to your will in that kind of run. In a streak, you bend RNG to your will just by checking everything. Is basically what it boils down to. Of course, there's more than that, but checking everything, having a knowledge to know what synergies work, what synergies don't, and hedging your bets against the RNG. So speedrun is more about making the RNG your bitch. And like, I don't care, that item's not good enough, we're just gonna run with it. Or we're not gonna run with it. Whereas streaking, to me, is about working with what the RNG gives you and just hedging your bets. Doing so many things that the RNG can't screw you over every single time. And of course, sometimes it does. Like, a lot of big streaks have been ended recently. Like 808 runs in a row and 909 runs in a row, respectively, were the two big streaks that recently ended. And we're both like, everyone was shocked, like, oh my god, I thought that they were immortal. Because sometimes the RNG does screw you over, and even if you hedge your bets as much as possible, it's still not going to be good enough. Make it to the chest. What would make this build more fun once we get to the chest? I'm trying to think. I don't know, guys. What would make it more fun? Getting full guppy would be cool. Not a high chance of that happening, though, just because we're not going to get any red chests in the chest. It's going to be gold and gray pretty much entirely. If we get a key beggar, which are not entirely unlikely in the chest, we have 99 keys because of our skeleton key, so we can make that work. Make that work, maybe get some red chests and get a guppy, that'd be really cool. Some really cool pickup like Tiny Planet might be fun to play around with. Definitely a new activated item. Okay, question mark, only friend, miter, E. coli, leech, I'm just going to read these out loud. I'm not going to explain what they do because I'm awful. Triple shot's fun. Especially because we got telepathy for dummies here. Yeah. Loop. Golden Hourglass. Golden Hourglass is good for breaking the game. Not good once you get to the chest, unless I'm like, okay, I'm taking stupid damage. I'm not paying attention. I'm not at 100% for this floor. I want the Golden Hourglass just to make up for my mistakes, because it resets that room and teleports you out of it. Is that another Yara drop? Can we do another Yara? That'd be really cool. That's a double Steam sale. If there's a shop, we'd be able to have infinite Steam sales. Big ass. Brimstone. Brimstone is my least favorite kind of attack. Whew. We could be using Boo Baby's only friend, because BFF makes it really powerful enough for the late game to work, but it's not super fun to watch. TBH. Yeah, we got this one in the bag. I don't think there's any way we could lose this one. Not that that's a challenge game. Don't screw me over at this point, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna win. I'm pretty sure we're gonna. Maybe carry that blank rune back there, just the piercing shots and the speed up. Oh, I love piercing shots. Piercing shots and spectral shots, some of my most favorite things. These are a few of my favorite things. AWAS doesn't really do anything. So we got our day guys back. Cool. Our build is good enough. We just gotta get to the boss. That's how it usually ends up in the chest. You get stupidly powerful, and then it's just like, okay, how fast can I get to the boss, and what cool, kooky kinds of synergies can I get as well? Telepills, not worth. Let's go. Look at that. Look at that penetrative telepathy. They just kind of sit there and circle, filled with hatred. There we go. And a celebratory sneeze. Excuse me. Celebratory sneeze there. Pop the Dagaz. We're good. We're done. We did it. That is the first video for our Eden streak, I think. Which brings us to a total of 3, because I did some streaming for the start of our Eden streak as kind of a celebration. But yeah, there we go. Our Eden streak has begun with a very good run. I'm very happy with that. I hope you guys are as well. If you haven't checked out Cookie Clicker, you should, because it's a lot of fun and I really enjoyed it. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, please like it, subscribe to the channel to see more content like this, and comment down below. I love hanging out with you guys, getting your opinions on the videos, the runs, things like that. So that's really cool. I love all of your faces, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye!